Drop a can upon the ground and you could be fined £50. Pump 100 million gallons of nuclear waste into the sea and you will get away scot-free. Come on everybody, pay your taxes. We'll blow this planet right off its axis. Lowca is a small village on the West Cumbrian coast. It was always an industrial village, having 3 coal mines, a chemical plant, and a brickworks. But now all the industries have closed. And the major source of employment in Cumbria is Sellafield nuclear reprocessing plant. I've lived in this street most of my life. I still live in the house where I was born. I left school when I was 16 and served an apprenticeship at the local steelworks, but as a boilermaker, and I absolutely hated it. And at the age of 20, Mr. McGregor's plant for steel decided that they didn't want me. So that was it. I left at 20 and went to art school. Now I live in the village and I work as an artist. I painted a couple of large boxing pictures for the local boxing club. I always have painted pictures of my neighbours, people who live in the village.
Well, I've lived next door to Kevin since the day Neri was born. And he's always been mischief, always into trouble when he was younger. But otherwise, not bad, as lads go, you know, next door. And then when I lost my husband 4 years ago, and he's made me a beautiful portrait, you'll have to see it.
As well as paintings, a lot of the work has been performances which involve mainly storytelling about the background, about the area where I live, about friends of mine, and stories that have happened in the community. People in the Outer Hebrides have been found to have cesium-137 in the bloodstream. This isn't entirely normal. I could forgive people for not understanding these technical terms like cesium-137, strontium-90, americium, plutonium, Grecian-2000, Kawasaki-750.
He's painted pictures down at welfare. He's took photographs there at the door. He's done everything, that lad. He's a good lad on his village, Toto. Well, he was a mate of my son's, and he died about 5 years ago.
Well, this is my local beach, and the gulls are very perceptive. The camera shutter speed was on 125th of a second, but in mid-air, they all spelled out the word cancer. Like, this normally only happens in cartoons, but the shutter speed made them move off just as I clicked the camera.
A lot of people do seem to die of cancer on the village. It's just unfortunate my parents did die of cancer, both of them. And it's worried bothered Kevin for quite a while, like, so I'm not surprised that he did decide to do something in his work about it. It bothers a lot of people on the village, not only Kevin.
Cancer is not a funny subject, but some of the stories from people who've had cancer, other people who've lost relatives from cancer, make jokes about people who are losing weight. For instance, a young lad down the street, we knew him all our lives. And he's a very brave person because he knew he was dying, but he didn't know what was actually wrong with him. So one bloke in the local pub said to him, "What's your problem then?" He said, "I've got high blood pressure." This other bloke said, "No, you haven't. You've lost a lot of weight. You've got cancer." He said, "I have not got cancer." He said, "Oh, yes, you have. You've got it." He said, "I haven't got cancer." He said, "You've got it, don't worry." Another bloke listening, he said, "I've been listening to this conversation," and he said, "I've decided you've got cancer." So they started calling him Luke, which was short for leukemia. One of the chaps said to me, "Have you ever seen a cow?" And I said, "Of course I've seen a cow. It's in the houses behind where I live." And he said, "Does it not smell?" I said, "No." I said, "Not only have I seen a cow, I said, I've seen a cow with 2 heads. This was born in the village where I live." There's a bloke who lives directly opposite me. And he told me the story about his brother who worked down at the docks. And his brother was a mechanic, and he'd made this winch made out of wood he'd found. He said this small boy came along, about 8-year-old, with this really scruffy hairstyle, all tufts. And the smallest boy said, "Hey, mister, who built that winch?" And the fella said, "Me, why?" The kid said, "Well, it's crap, isn't it?" He said, "Aye, it might be crap, but at least they haven't got a crap hairstyle like yours." And the kid said, "Maybe not, but you haven't got leukemia, have you?" Sellafield Exhibition Centre, it sells coloured books, hats, you can get ashtrays with Sellafield Exhibition Centre on, sticks of rock with BNFL all the way through, nuclear earrings, Sellafield has been my albatross. It won't go away. I've tried to shelve some of these ideas, but they just keep coming back and more ideas come. So it's like a millstone around my neck. It's lurking in the background. It is part of my life.